Hi, excursionists. Another holiday is upon us, and Caroline has provided us with a sweet romantic tale for this Easter Sunday. I hope you enjoy. Welcome to Into the Night. I'm Nari, your guide on today's excursion down a twisted path. Be careful not to get lost. Be it dark or light, it's easy to lose your way. Are you ready? Then let's begin. Easter Lily. Dew clung to the grass, and a songbird heralded in the morning as Sam Bennett made his way through the manicured lawn to sit in his favorite spot. The ornate iron bench waited for him, just as it had for years. Today the world awoke to the first warm morning in months, and the air hung sweetly with the earthy scents every living being had yearned for. The long, brutal winter was over. Breathing heavily, both from exertion and so he could take in the glorious smells of the early morning, Sam reached the bench and sat down. Like an old friend or a cherished family member, this bench had cradled him through both dark days and brighter ones, like this morning that promised better times ahead. Looking across the green expanse, the familiarity of it all comforted Sam. Sentimentality washed over him, and he allowed his memories to sweep through his heart and mind. A smile spread across his face when he thought about the first time he ever saw his beloved wife. Time disappeared as he thought back to that now distant day that changed his entire life. He and Lily Haysmith were 5 years old on an Easter morning he would never forget. Already stuffed with goodies from his Easter basket, he felt uncomfortable in the dress pants, starched shirt, and necktie that his mother insisted he wear. Sam felt out of place, and while other members of the congregation stood about talking and making plans for the day, Sam quietly leaned against an oak tree. This early in the year, the leaves hadn't appeared, but the massive size of the mighty tree made it a safe place for the boy to stay out of the glare of public attention. The excitement of the holiday morning put everyone, even Old Man Kinworthy, in good spirits. Laughter and boisterous voices filled the air, and Sam marveled at how at ease the adults in his world were. His mother, dressed in a robin's egg blue dress with white gloves, stood in the center of a group of ladies. Whatever topic the ladies were discussing, he knew his mother kept the conversation lively. She was a social butterfly, and today was no exception. Sam hadn't inherited his mother's outgoing nature, and he doubted he could ever speak before a group of people, even if they were friends. He stared at his mother in awe. His father, dressed in his best suit, joined the men near the foot of the stairs. Sam watched as they slapped each other on the back and discussed everything from feed prices to the chances of the Redbirds making it to another pennant championship. It seemed unthinkable to Sam that he would ever be as comfortable as his parents were in social situations. His father wasn't much of a talker, but the people in this community respected and admired Cliff Bennett, and they listened attentively any time he spoke. Sam felt invisible and awkward and perpetually out of step in social gatherings. Lily was another story. She caught his eye immediately when she appeared on the steps leading from the First Methodist Church. She exuded no hint of self-consciousness. Wearing a pink frilly dress with black patent leather shoes, her golden hair bounced in loose curls as she ran down the steps and across the lawn. The moment he spotted her, he was transfixed. To his surprise, Lily ran straight up to him. She laughed and tapped him on the arm, saying, "You're it!" Stunned, Sam stood still with his mouth slightly open, unsure what he should do. A shy, quiet boy like Sam wasn't used to being noticed, let alone by someone as pretty and full of life as the girl standing in front of him.
"What's the matter? Don't you know how to play tag? You're it. Now try to catch me."
Lily raced to the east side of the church, looking behind her to see if Sam was in tow. He was. From that moment forward, Sam wanted nothing more than to catch Lily, and she never failed to let him succeed. Years passed, and their childhood friendship grew into a lifetime of love and companionship. On the night Sam proposed, Lily put her arms around him and pretended to have a serious look on her face.
Where should we have the ceremony?
Sam rubbed his chin as though deep in thought. Where would you like it?
It only seems right that we marry in the Methodist church.
It is the place that it all started, Lily declared. In Sam's mind, he didn't care where they wed, as long as she was his, so he was more than agreeable to granting her wish. The church they'd attended all their lives was the obvious choice. Since you were so certain where we should be married, he teased, maybe you can tell me when you want this event to happen.
You should already know that, Sam. Let's marry on Easter Sunday.
I expected that answer from my Easter Lily. Sam pulled her close to him. In fact, I may have already asked our minister if he'd mind having one more duty after church that day. Lily's green eyes filled with happy tears.
Oh, Sam, what did he say?
I thought the man was going to hug me when I asked him. He said he'd be more than happy to marry us on Easter.
It's really happening then?
Yes, Lily, it's really happening. With only 3 months to plan their wedding, Sam and Lily dove into a blur of activity making preparations for the big day, arranging for a house of their own, and deciding where to go on a short honeymoon to the coast. On their wedding day, Lily took his breath away. She practically floated down the aisle in a white taffeta gown, and everyone in the church felt the love shared by the happy couple. Their vows, traditional for the most part, did vary from the usual ones in one sense. Instead of saying "till death do us part," Sam and Lily swore to love, honor, and cherish one another for all eternity. During the ceremony, tissues appeared out of purses and coat pockets as tears of joy rolled down the cheeks of several guests. Sam's mother, lovely as always, wore a simple pale purple dress, and she leaned against her husband as he put his arm around her. Every parent wishes for his or her child to be content and loved, and Sue and Cliff Bennett had no doubt their son had found his soulmate. After the ceremony, Lily's father Charles gave Sam a hug and shook his hand. Welcome to our family, Sam. You know, we've felt you were a part of our family since you two were little kids, though. No one is prouder of you and Lily than I am. I know you will take care of my little girl even when I'm not here anymore. You have my promise, Mr. Haysmith. I never doubted that you would, Sam. Call me Dad. I've been waiting a long time to have a son. Sam beamed. Charles and Marjorie Haysmith had been nothing but kind to him his entire life. He adored his own parents, but he'd often thought that if he had to choose anyone else for his parents, it would have been the Haysmiths. A long line of people congratulated the couple in the receiving line, and Sam surprised himself by not feeling the least bit shy. Why should he be? He'd just married the prettiest girl in the county. Sam never forgot Lily's father's words of support, but the words almost felt like a premonition. A year after the wedding, Charles died of an unexpected heart attack at the age of 49. The words, "I know you will take care of my little girl even when I'm not here anymore," echoed through Sam's mind for all the years to come. He did take care of Lily, too. Her father's death hit both of the newlyweds hard, and they rallied around each other to overcome their grief. A month after the funeral, Lily sat next to Sam on their bed and leaned her head against his chest. She looked up at him and said, "We can't continue to be this way. Daddy wouldn't have wanted us to mourn him like this, and we need to live our best lives possible for his sake. He died so young, and we owe it to him to make the most of the years that we are given. That's what he would have wanted." Sam wiped tears from his wife's cheeks. "You're right, sweet Lily. I promised him I would take care of you, and I will never break that promise. He told me he was proud of us, and we will continue to make him proud." Charles would have been proud of the young couple, too. Together they built a beautiful home and a large, loving family. Throughout the years, in Sam's weakest moments, during those times when self-doubt or adversity threatened to make him stumble, Lily gave him the strength, reassurance, and confidence he needed to move forward. Through the decades, Lily was Sam's foundation. He wasn't the only one she uplifted either. She had a way of making everyone feel better, no matter the situation they faced. Their children and grandchildren flocked to the Bennett house, where Lily and Sam gave them unconditional love and a safe haven during whatever struggles life threw at them. Then, one day, as she sat on the patio in their backyard, Lily noticed a large bruise on her leg. "That's odd," she told Sam. "I don't remember hitting myself there." "It probably happened in the garden. You were moving those plants around and must have bumped into yourself with one." "That doesn't make sense, though, Sam. The pots are small. They certainly wouldn't leave a bruise like this on me." "Well, maybe it was the hoe, or maybe you bumped into some furniture here in the house. One of the grandchildren could have run into you. I'm sure it's nothing serious." More bruises developed, however, and after a few weeks of feeling feverish, Sam took Lily to the doctor. "I'm sorry to tell you, the news isn't good," Doc McIntyre told them the following Tuesday when they sat in his office, awaiting the results of the tests he'd run the week before. "We will do more tests, but the blood work indicates leukemia." Within a few short months, Lily was bedridden. Sam was inconsolable until Lily held his hand and quietly reassured him, just like she had their entire life together. Sam sobbed and looked into his wife's eyes. I don't want to lose you." "Sam Bennett, you can never lose me, remember? Our wedding vows said for all eternity. I will be waiting for you whenever your time has come. I promise." Sam sat silently for a moment, then gently smiled at his dying wife. "Lily, only you could make me feel any peace right now." "Believe, Sam. Believe." No more than 3 hours later, Lily slipped into a coma and never woke up. Sam stayed next to Lily until she took her last breath. In the days ahead, he felt more alone than he had felt since that fateful Easter morning when they were 5. Lily's promise gave him hope, however. A flock of doves flew over the bench where Sam sat, bringing him back to the present. "Your promise is what I've lived for these past 20 years, sweet Lily." A warm breeze ruffled the old man's hair, and he smelled the delicate scent of the lilies blooming beside the stone monument that read Lily Haysmith Bennett. It seemed fitting that this was Easter Sunday. The irregular beats of his heart thumped in his chest, and Sam felt himself relax. He closed his eyes for a moment and opened them to a sound he had longed for all these years. "I promised I'd wait for you." Lily stood radiantly in front of him, her golden hair flowing in the breeze. She took his hand and pulled Sam to his feet. He suddenly felt light and pain-free. As he stood there, years of sorrow were left behind on the bench he'd placed at her graveside 20 years earlier. Sam's brown hair fluttered in the breeze, and he smiled a contented smile. "Let's go home, my Easter lily." And they did. Thank you for joining me for Into the Night, an anthology series written by Caroline Giammanco, narration and sound design by Nari Kwak, theme music by Nico Rodriguez. All original music and editing in part provided by Flyboy Entertainment. You can find our links in the show notes. Please remember to like and subscribe, and if you enjoy what you hear, please leave us a 5-star review to help other excursionists to join us. You can find us on your favorite podcast directory. See you next time. And remember, whether in the shadows or in the daylight, all twisted paths take you into the night. Into the Night is a Creative Typo Entertainment production.